All right, what's going on, folks? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everyone. Like, throw me some love if you don't mind. I'm gonna keep this video light. I want to talk about, being generous and kind to the people, like here in Thailand. And this, guys, it's a no-brainer in my mind, but apparently some people don't understand this. But with that said, I just want to talk about my experience. Nearly going on 1 year now. And what I've learned about like living here, even though I'm no expert, I'm not even like claiming to be some guru or expert, but I'm telling you, you need to come here and be kind and generous to the people here. Like, Thailand is not even a tipping culture, for example. It's just not. But you should tip service workers, in my opinion. Like, you come from that country, it's not as if they're expecting it, but if you knew what people make per day, maybe it doesn't hurt to throw 40-50 baht in their direction, which is $1.50 roughly in US dollars. I'm not saying do this every time, because I don't tip every time. For example, if I get a cab or something like, or excuse me, a tuk-tuk, if we agree on a price, that's what he's getting. There is no extra involved unless he's absolutely amazing for some reason. And that's happened like twice. I've had some pretty cool tuk-tuk drivers over the course of being here. I gotta be fair. But, man, the people are so kind and so generous here. Like, literally, there's nights it just doesn't seem real sometimes. Just the service, the way you're treated here. Everyone nods and, they bow when they talk to each other, like sawadee-ka, kapun ka. Everyone just has this humility towards each other. Like, I cannot explain this until you've been here. For those of you who actually have been to Thailand, you know what I'm talking about. And this is really crucial because it goes to show, the human psyche, or the psyche of the people here in Thailand. Not to mention just the culture and everything, but just how people interact. Like, if I go to Bangkok and I get on the subway in downtown Bangkok, everyone's quiet. The trains smell good. There's no urine stains on the floor. Everyone's minding their own business. They're keeping their distance. But it's not like a get away from me type of energy. Everyone's just polite, courteous, and just kind of minds their own business. But they also interact with each other in such a way it's hard to describe. Like, this is why I get upset when people come here and abuse, the way people are here towards us, or like towards each other in general. When you see this and you've experienced this over a period of time, like, for example, for me to survive here, that includes, whether it's making money, interest in buying something, like especially a large purchase, legal matters, immigration, it could be a number of things. You have to rely on the people of Thailand. You have to rely on them, and that's not a bad thing. But understand this, you need the people here in order to stay and survive and acclimate, in my opinion, unless you're a gazillionaire, and you're over 50 years old. But with that said, it's crazy, and it's a wonderful thing, because with that said, the generosity of the people here has been absolutely outstanding. I mean, honestly, I can't say that where I'm at now, and I'm not like bragging, like, I have a long way to go. I'm thinking long term, but I wouldn't be even in the position I am, or considering things I am, or getting like hooked up, or like networking with certain people, on certain things and prospects, without the help of the people here and their kindness and generosity and their courtesy. So listen, pay it forward, man. When you come here, man, you absolutely be on your best behavior. There is no excuse for coming here and treating the people of this nation trashy. If you knew how hard they worked, all the way up in their old age, man, I'm telling you, like, the people here are the hardest working, most kind, driven and selflessly driven in so many ways. Like, they don't want public recognition. They believe in karma. It's crazy in a good way. Like, honestly, it changes you. It changes me. And with that said, I believe that the people of this nation are owed our kindest respect and diligence, like, for even allowing people from outside to come in and experience this. I've talked about it in my other videos. Yes, there are walls and barriers to certain levels of this, of course. But the longer I stay here, the more I don't know. It will absolutely grab you. Not in a bad way. The heart of Thailand will grab you and become like a part of you that you'll never be able to let it go after so long of being here. And I'm not talking about the debaucherous things that people might assume I'm talking about. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the kindness, the generosity, the goodness of people, the pride that they take, the different experiences and going different places, running into random people. Just like, if you break down, people are gonna help. Like, honestly, it's just an amazing place. Do not take people's kindness and generosity for granted if you ever come here. I think it's self-explanatory for anyone that has any empathy whatsoever in their heart. You know, when they step off the airplane and they start to understand, like, just being here, you know, maybe a couple hours. It is self-explanatory, but some people just don't understand. You know, for example, you know, there's certain things decriminalized. I'm talking about, you know, broccoli and stuff like that, which you can easily go attain. There's a lot of gray areas here. There's a lot of freedom. You can walk around being discreet, acting like within line, you know, with a beer. No one's gonna say anything. But if you go out of line and you're acting stupid, stumbling, falling over, yeah, it's gonna be an issue. But honestly, no one's gonna say anything, you know, in the first case. But when it comes to the broccoli stuff, like, there's a lot of places that have certain areas, even in their own property, you know, if you will, or on their front porch, or even at a back room, whatever they do. But you can't just walk into a family restaurant and blaze up. Like, honestly, all you got to do is ask. All you got to do is walk in and say, hey, is it okay? They'll say no. They'll say over there. They'll tell you, like, kindly. They don't even get upset if you ask. But let your ass sit down and blaze one up, which I see all the time. It's highly disrespectful, at least here in Chiang Mai. And that's what I love about this city, too. It's a much more, like, chill vibe, sabai, family-oriented. The people are chill, cool, not as much hustle and bustle. And we get a lot of decent tourists that come through. We don't get all those horrible, negative tourists that come through like other cities and whatnot. But still, with that said, I think it's a great city. I think the people have been absolutely outstanding, and to be fair, they deserve all the kindness I could ever give in my heart, like to the society here, the culture, and the people who've accepted me and welcomed me with open arms in such a way that it's hard to even imagine it being real sometimes. I'm being dead serious. It's amazing. I've had people that have surprised me with who had my back on some occasions, which not anything serious, no, but still, really, you will meet some of the best people you've ever met here. You will see the culture, especially the longer you're here, the more Thai you learn, the more respect you show their culture, the more they're going to give to you. So it's crazy, like, in so many good ways. So with that said, I just want to leave it. This is more of a positive video. Like, for those of you that want to come here, like, listen, you will have the time of your life. You can go do your thing. And listen, there's a lot of, you know, leniency on many things, but there's certain hard lines that you just don't cross, you know. You know, I talked about the guy that got into it with a police officer in Phuket a few weeks ago. That is man, come on. But see, these stories stack up when Phalangs do things like this. And I'm talking about foreigners. They're people who look like me, or, you know, other colors from other countries. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Phalangs, outsiders. We're all outsiders. So when Phalangs do stuff like this, it stacks up and it really puts a bad image on a lot of people here. And we do take it personal. Like, I believe that every Phalang, including myself, will get to a point where we don't like other foreign tourists. Like, I'm just being straight up. Disclaimer, I like about 10% of them. But the 10% I meet are absolutely outstanding. I meet them every day. But most of the ones you meet, to me, are just pass-throughs, you know what I'm saying? They're not here to study, learn, and that's no disrespect. They're just not my type of folks, you know what I'm saying? You just get to a point where you're more comfortable living in the Thai culture, speaking a little bit of the language, you know, surviving in that, than you are trying to live into, you know, touristy areas where prices are higher, bar scene, things like that. You got a bunch of solicitation stuff. Like, it gets to a point where you just want to withdraw from that, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with this. Listen, to each his own. Some people come here for that. That's your business. Like, women come here to party too, men come here to party too. I'm not bashing any of that. I'm just saying where I'm at in my point. But I will say this to everyone, including you two groups I just talked about. Like, be respectful and be kind to the people here. You go, like, listen, it ain't nothing for you to tip them a little bit, especially somebody that goes out of their way for you, a service worker, someone who speaks 2 languages. There is no excuse, in my opinion. And it's not just about money. Treat them well. Go back and see them again. Really. Remember their birthdays. Stuff like this. It goes a long way here. So, with that said, I love y'all for real. Be kind and generous when you come here. When you come to Thailand, be kind and generous to the people. It's the least you could do. And it's like, if you went out of your way to be the nicest, kindest you could be and the most generous person, it still wouldn't be like even half of what you receive when you're here. And you know it if you've been here. So with that said, I love y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Good night.